I'm Stephen Van Heflin. You guys are in Leimert Park, California. Early in the late 80s, early 90s. Actually, my best friend, Kevin Lucas, his brother, Derek Gaines, him and Abdull were best friends, Dr. Sebi's son. So that's how it kind of all came together. And actually, it's kind of funny that we all tied back in Leimert Park. They actually had a store in Leimert Park, and I think that was right after Dr. Sebi had his big case in New York, where he won that case, where they had to let him go, even though they was trying to charge him with practicing medicine without a license and all that. But he had too many people come to the table that he had helped. And I actually been taking the herbs since then. Whenever I needed to clean my system out, clean the mucus, and get myself back focused, man, I'd always go get the herbs. The herbs always help, always made it better. So when Dr. Sebi beat the case in New York, we were all like, he's got to be on something, you know. He had so many people rallying behind him with the herbs, and at that time we knew about the herbs kind of, but he came with a whole new electric foods, and all disease starts with mucus. And he really came and really started educating us on how to live. So if anybody went back in the day and they remembered the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Eat to Live, he was basically on that, and just really had us going. And to be, like I said, to beat the federal government and have people come from all walks of life, show their before and after results, and man, there was no denying it. So we knew we had hope at life, and just not pharmaceutical medicine that has all kind of weird side effects. You know, he showed us that it was a better way. And then if you took the herbs, you actually could see it. You actually, not to be gross, like when you go and use the restroom, you could actually see the mucus coming out of you. So that just told you that, hey, and then you could just start to feel everything start to go on all cylinders. So I mean, I don't know any other kind of way for me to explain it, but from just my own personal experience and my own personal use with the herbs. The first herb I used was cell cleansers, and man, I haven't even seen cell cleansers. Still, they got a few different things now, but one of the original herbs that we took was the cell cleansers, the Maya, which was high in iron, and the Nervino. You know, so I go all the way back to then. You know, I go all the way back to taking the herbs like that. Oh man, well, Abdull had the formula. You know, so he had the formula. You know, trained by his father. You know, grew up. You know, as we came along. You know, had access. So he started putting some formulas together, and I was like, man, I've been calling you. My PSA level is high. I need to bring it down. So, you know, he came and brought me a whole thing of herbs. It was like, take two of these, take two of these, take two of these in the morning and at night. And brought me enough, man, to last me for a minute. And then that first night I took it, that next morning, you know, I was having a lot of pain in my back. You know, I don't know if anybody deals with prostate or high PSA levels. You know, some of the symptoms are you have pain in your back. You know, that's one of the number one things. That's just being honest. You know, anybody who's suffering from any type of high PSA level, like you got 10 point or 11.8 prostate, PSA level, that's the antigen. You have that, so you probably experiencing a couple of things, you know what I mean? So I know just by taking the herbs, and I felt better. And I didn't really change my diet all the way. I ain't gonna even lie, but I with changing my diet and just, going along with it, man, you just know, you feel the difference. So I mean, what could you do? You can't deny how your body feels. So basically what I'm gonna do is, I think I got like a couple of months supply right now before I have to get some more, and then I'm gonna go back and check my PSA. So I know what it is now. My PSA, they tested it was 11.8. So I'm gonna go back and test it again in 3 months and see what it is, and we can come back and see. And it's a combination of things: diet, exercise, the herbs. It's not a one thing cure all. You know what I mean? You got to drink plenty of water. You know, keep your colon clean. It's some things that you got to do, but taking the herbs and the healing properties that they have in them definitely makes a difference. Well, what I would say is because he has it in his heart to help the people and to carry on his father's legacy, that, you know, he puts his all into making the best product and giving us, you know, what his father would want us to have is the legacy of the herbs and the healing powers of them. You know, the apple don't fall far from the tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he sat under the tutelage of his father. It's, how could you not be there and see it and see the herbs and be there? And his brother Petey, Jamal, all of them. You know what I'm saying? If you talk to them, you know, you just know. So I mean, what can you do about that? It's basically the whole family. They all sat with him, and I could even say myself, I know the herbs to get too. You know what I mean? So just because I was around, just because my best friend was best friends with his brother, it's just I picked Dr. Sebi up from the airport when he was in Santa Monica, when he was in Leimert Park, wherever he was. I would show up and be there and talk to him and hear him you know, talk about and do certain things. So I think that's more what you could equate it to. Like, you know that he knows the herbs to get, and he knows to mix it, and then, you know, you also develop your own. It's like when your grandmother teaches you how to cook. You know what I mean? She teaches you how to cook. She tells you to use a little bit of this, a little bit of this, but, you know, with every recipe or whatever, you know, you basically, you know, add your little touch and use. And if you're a cook, you know what I mean, you're a good cook, it's gonna come out right. Like the product he has right here is good. It's mild. It works. The bitters, the tonic. Man, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? So I know my blood sugar and I checked my blood pressure. My blood pressure was down. Today it was way higher. It was 135/95, and it was 150 something over almost 100 and something, you know. So my blood pressure was a little higher. It's going down, and this is just, and like I think I had the herbs a week. I've been taking it for a week. You know what I'm saying? I've been taking it for a week. So I mean, what can we say? If you take the herbs, you could heal yourself. You know, you can heal yourself if you eat right, take care of yourself, exercise. You can get better. Basically, I feel better. You know, I've been walking around the mall with my goddaughter. You know what I'm saying? Usually I have to sit down so that's been for a while. Usually I have to sit down. Right after I eat, I'll be ready to take a nap. You know, I'm still up. You know what I mean? Even though I've been going since early this morning, though, but I'm still cool. So that's what I would say. You know, hey. So that's the similarities between Dr. Sebi and Abdull and his son. That's the similarities. My name's Stephen Van Heflin, and welcome to Dr. Sebi's Legacy.
My brother-in-law, he ended up with what happened was, it seemed as if when he took the flu shot and he made his way to the hospital, and he found that he was going through one of these parks trying to get to a hospital because he didn't have no way, and something told him to go to the doctor now because his earache had been just kicking in on him. But prior, he had took a flu shot 2 weeks prior. So I've always been telling people, man, don't take that flu shot. They're giving you something to make sure you're immune to something. You got to have something to be immune to it. Immune is adapting to it. So my point was, he went to the doctor, found out he had leukemia. So I don't know how Dr. Sebi's son's number came to me, but I always been intrigued with Dr. Sebi because I was tripping off of how he was so cool and the way he was talking about the herbs, but never did really, something made me never, I'm like, dang, how much does it cost? Oh, what you gotta do? Like, I'm trying to figure out how to get in, and then when I turned around and some girl just came to my wife and said, hey, this is Dr. Sebi's son's phone number. Call him. Since David got cancer, I think he can help him. So they had the number 2, 3 there. I'm on them. I said, when y'all gonna call him? Because I knew the number was hot ticket. For some reason, I felt like that was a meal ticket to me. So I turned around and said, well, I'll call him. So I called him. I said, brother, my brother-in-law got, just found he got cancer. He only had 3-4 days to live. When they started the little chemo thing, they brought him back around, but it was all bad. So I'm thinking, if he passed, I'm like, how am I going? My girl ain't gonna be able to let us down. So I went on and called him, and we got to talking. I told him about myself and told him about Dave, and he went to Dave, and I was like, man, I ain't got no money right now, but soon as I get 200, I'm coming to you. So I turned around and I went, and he said, I said, did he come? Because they was all, is he coming? Is it real? Is this going to be right? And I said, look, for anything to work, you have to believe. If you don't believe, you will not achieve. So I was like, because I'm set on that type of thing, and I always knew his dad, the way he talked, reminded me of my dad, you know what I mean? So back to this, we go and next thing you know, I promise, he went over there, it was like about 6 o'clock. By the time he got there, the next day, Dave had been down and out under the covers, just like really just ready to give up, just by mentally tripping off what was going on. He turned around the next day. Dave went and took a shower. Dave went and got fresh. Next thing you know, Dave went outside. It's like it's just everything. The stuff for the what they call it, the regenerator, the cleansers. The cleanses your immune system. It turned Dave around in 24 hours from where he was. So my point was, when he was doing so good, when he went back, he gained like 10 pounds in a week. We were like, this is, because he was deteriorating, you can see it. Eyes weren't looking good. I said, keep it, Dave is really trying. So when he was talking, yeah, man, I'm doing okay. I said, ooh, kid, he getting raspy. This was the day after he got out of the hospital before he got his product. From Abdull Bowman, my brother, he turned around and said, I said, Keith, he don't sound good. Just from the way he sounded like. When he got the product, and I know she got another brother too. I said, Keith, who was that? JC on the phone? She said, that was Dave. I said, my God. I said, it's working all right. Because they never give me the results fast. I got to wait. And then when I waited, I heard what I wanted to hear. You know what I mean? So, point being, so when I told him about that, I said, I kept calling. I said, Abdull, I appreciate you, my brother-in-law, man. Soon as I get 200, I'm coming to you. So about a week later, I'm waiting, and Dave said, bang, try the tonic. When I taste the tonic at his house, I said, Nikita, I taste something of an old school flavor. I said, I don't know if it's molasses or nothing, but it's got an old something that is wholesome to your body, right? So that was that. And I was waiting to get this taste again. I'm waiting on it. So that 200 came by, bam. I said, hey, bro, I got you. I'm ready. He said, okay, babe, boom. Got the hook up, got the cleansers, even the try to turn your estrogen, your what do they call that? Not estrogen, but the other one, male hormone balance, not estrogen, but it was testosterone, right? Yeah, testosterone, builders, and the what do you call that? The bio cleanse, all these different things. And I'm like, man, so mind you, let me tell you my story. 4 years ago, me and my wife was in a bad car accident, and we weren't supposed to live. If it wasn't for the truck I had, we wouldn't live, but it wasn't for that. It's the grace of God, point blank. So we was in a bad accident, but all that time I had like about 5-6 discs out of place in my back. But I could move around, but every now and when I get up in the morning, I feel like I'm just got to sit on the side of the bed for a minute to crack back like a tin man or something to get back right. So I turned around and what happened was I've been having these pains, I just never knew what it was. So I said, hey, babe, so what's going on with your health? How you eating? Are you eating meat? What are you doing? I said, yeah, I don't eat pork. I haven't had pork in 21 years. I said, I eat, but I love my steaks. I said, but I want to, navigate toward eating better. And this is prior to him giving me the product. So when he gave me the product, Abdull said, "Bang, you got trauma in your body, and everywhere you feeling pain in the morning is where you was hurt. All them discs and stuff out of place." And so I'm like, okay. And so once I start taking it, the first day I got my own, I swear to God, bro, I felt a tingling right where the pains was at in my body, where it's like it was unwrenching the tension that was in my back. You know what I mean? So, and I said, bro, he called me every morning. I'm talking about the first week, he was on me. "You taking your products?" I said, "Man, I'm on these products. I'm on Abdull. I'm for real." He said, "Bang, take your products, take your products." I said, "Man," the next week, I said, "Man, I feel good. I feel like I'm doing good. I feel better." I had energized, and I've been laying back and played ball, and do all kinds of things, rapping, all this stuff. But I have been kicking back for a few years, enjoying my life, grandkids. I got grandkids, 6 grandkids, daughters growing up. So it's me and my wife. So it ain't no whole lot of, we're at that middle age, where there ain't no whole lot to do. So, but I got, I was messed up. I didn't know what was my next move. So they talk about surgeries and this and that. And he told me, he said, that aneurysm you have in your stomach, Abdull told me, he said, the aneurysm you got, because I got an aortic aneurysm in my stomach. He said, this is going to keep it at bay. This is going to keep it where it don't grow, bang, I promise you. And when I went to the doctor last time I went, it's still the same. It's still the same. And this happened 4 years ago, so I just found that out prior to, right before Dave, because my blood pressure was sky high. I hadn't been taking my medicine. I'm keeping it real. Hadn't been taking my medicine. Everything just sky high. And when I got back at him, when I got with him, not back, when I got with Abdull, it was really right on time because my blood pressure was 247 over 130. They was trying to figure out how am I standing up. Like, he's going to fall pretty soon. That's how they was looking at me, bro. And it's scaring my girl. She there like, and I'm like figuring, but I don't feel nothing. But I never panicked. So until they got it down, I just did. I said, look, man, you got to go to a relax. Don't let nothing bother you. Kick back. Don't panic. And it took 4 days of not panicking to really come all the way back down, bro. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I know that this helps because I'd have been gone if I wouldn't have had something to deter and it makes you health conscious. Once you take this, you're not going to be thinking to throw nothing bad in your body. If you do, you're going to beat yourself up because you know that it's not right. You know what I mean? I haven't stopped eating meat. I'm still doing chicken. I backed off the fryer, doing the baked thing. You know what I mean? I was a big guy anyway, but I know I can get better. But I'm thick. I'm not even over a whole lot of fat. It's just thick. But I know I can lose about a good 40. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all the way, pretty much all the way where I want to be. I was in high school playing football at 310, so to be under 300 made me feel like somebody might hurt me on the football field type thing. So I gotta make sure I keep my 310. Cause I'm about 340 right now. I got down to 330, and I fluctuate, 20 pounds here and there through the summertime, maybe a little less, and then go like that. But
how tall are you?
I'm 6'5". Yeah, I was 2 credits playing with Junior Seau at USC. I went to Rock High, played behind Darren Hagan, so we was rolling. You know what I mean, doing our thing. And I didn't make it smoking it, doing the trees and all them things, and messed it up. And then it got into the rap thing and all that. So, but God's been good to me. My dad always said, you might not never made it big in what you wanted to. He said, but at least you made it. You know what I'm saying? I made it past the hustle and bustle and cats dying on the street corners and, home invasions and, all these other type of things that went on that I seen that I didn't partake in, but it was intriguing, but I'm still here. You know what I mean? So I want to show my appreciation to Dr. Sebi and his legacy because Abdull had changed my life, and I feel over indebted to him. And he called me, Bang, you got any product? I might want to say, man, I got a little bit. He's like, I know by now you should be out. Come get some. And don't even be tripping. So I thank God for this man. He know I ain't got the pocket of a baller, but he makes sure I'm right. You know what I'm saying? So, man, once you get into this product and get under this type of situation with the real herbs and the real truth, and all you got to do is believe. If you believe, you can achieve. And that's my motto, because I already know. If you can't believe it, who else gonna believe it? This is Edgar Bang Bonner, and this is Dr. Sebi's legacy. And I'm gonna hit a little something for you. Abdull Bowman, Dr. Sebi's legacy, baby.
I met Abdull and Ralph's off, which was Rodeo Road. Now it's called Obama Street in Los Angeles. I met him at the Ralph's, and man got up a conversation, and I told him I did with some of his father some of his products before, and my son has hemophilia, so I wanted to get back into treating my son with his hemophilia. I was just in Ralph's. I was over at a friend's house, and I was at Ralph's buying some supplies, and I seen him buying something. I didn't know him at all. Somehow him and I struck up a conversation, and from there he told me who he was. He was Abdull Bowman. He showed me proof, and he was telling me he had a lot of hot dogs. The funny part, he had a lot of hot dogs in his car. And I said, man, you talking about eating right and everything? He said, man, this for the dogs. This for the dogs. I said, okay. So we talked, and I told him about my son and hemophilia. And then from there, man started going from there and trying to treat my son after maybe a year or so after that. Well, how was it? My son has hemophilia. If anyone don't know about hemophilia, hemophilia is a blood disease where the blood doesn't clot. So from there, I had him one summer, and he had a lot of bleeds, and so we're taking him back and forth to the hospital. So the following summer, meeting Abdull, I gave him the products, and I had him all summer. He did not have one bleed, and his bleeds have lessened. He gave me some sea moss, some cleanser, and I forget whatever he gave me, two tonics for him, and it seemed to work very well. And from there, I was taking products with him also, and seeing a lot change in myself also. Oh, when I took the products, I was taking the products with my son. He gave me something different. So
what did he give you?
He gave me the sea moss, the revitalizer, and I forget a couple other things he gave me, and then a couple tonics. And we took that for like 3 months. My eyesight cleared up, weight loss, energy, a mist of different things that happened. Hearing got better, everything. And I'm 50 years old this time, so a lot of things, the clarity of my brain, everything. I would challenge anyone to the results I had with my son that one summer, just off of 3 months. And the scary thing about it, how good the products is that my son's diet didn't change. He was eating everything, made him wrestle. You know, with a child that has hemophilia, you can't do a lot of extreme activity with them. So when he was taking the products, him and I wrestled. We did everything, football, he did all type of things. Didn't have not one bleed. Now the year before, I was back and forth to the hospital from bleeds because we couldn't find his vein to give him, which is called factor, to give him a shot. Now with me, the clarity, the eyesight, the hearing, the energy, everything. So yes, he is continuing the legacy, and I would challenge anyone to tell me I'm a lie. Anyone that this actually works.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the research you found on Dr. Sebi and what made you research Dr. Sebi?
This probably 2013. I've been researching Dr. Sebi for years. So I always wanted to meet him, but didn't get a chance to do that. But you talking about years of research, not just years of research, but years of research of history. So when you look at history, you see the doctor in a white coat, and you see the judge in a black coat, but both of them should have black coats on. You see, you think you're getting healed. I lost my father, everything in this, and showing them the different things that you need to eat. But the doctor's actually patching your disease. He's patching. They didn't heal. They haven't healed anything. So when it's kind of scary for a person to say, "Oh, this guy, he healed me," and all that, but nobody want to change their mindset of eating and Not just believing, just try it. You know, and you'll see definitely the difference.
Okay, so when you say you challenge anyone to Abdull Bowman, what he did for your son, you put him against any doctors right now?
Anyone. I dare anyone to tell me I'm a lie. I seen the difference. I seen the actual difference from the first year that I didn't do it to the year after, because I was back and forth to the hospital. We couldn't find his vein. Back, he have a knee bleed, he can't walk. He have an ankle bleed. He has this. And then when I started the products, when I took him to Atlanta, Georgia, and we started products in Texas, because I visited my sister in Texas. From there, we went all the way to Georgia. He didn't have not one bleed. So the products that Abdull of Sebi's son sent me, actually I met him, and he's good with sending products out. Abdull sending products out to your home, anything. But I met him in LA to get the products for my son. So Abdull told me what to do, and on the bottle it tells you what to take and so forth. So me and my son flew out to Texas to visit my sister, and I started him there on Abdull's products from Sebi. So he told me the formula, he told me what's in it, he told me this how it's going to react to him and so forth. And the craziest thing is, my son, I never changed his diet in the whole time. So he was eating whatever he wanted. So this, how I know, is definitely works. So from there, I went to Georgia. I'm waiting on the bleed. I'm anticipating I'm going to have to take him to the hospital. I'm going to have to do this. Didn't happen. The whole 3.5 months I had him. I text Abdull, and he said, great, man, I told you, you're going to see it better than that. I said, man, he haven't had not one bleed. And he said, man, you got to tell me your story. I said, I'm telling you, I know it works, because I believe that Dr. Sebi, his father, I know the stuff works. He don't just tell you what's going wrong with your body. He tell you what you need to stop to get better and healthier, so the products will work a lot better from Abdull and the formula that he has that his father gave to him. He tell you, and then if you're not doing it right, he'll cuss you out. I said, what you eating a hamburger for? What you doing? What you eating this for? You know it's bad for you. But see, only the thing about it is, it's kind of funny to have a person that can heal you, such as that. Then now you saying, well, I can eat anything I want to do anywhere, I just go and get healed everywhere. But it doesn't work like that, because you have to change your mindset. And once you change your mindset, you will get healthier, and the products will work even a lot better. Because like Abdull had me to research on the minerals and that your body is supposed to partake in. And your body consists of 102 minerals. One of Abdull Sebi products, the sea moss, which you do Biomoss Plus, has over 92 minerals for your body. So you tell me, what you putting in your body with a hamburger, hot dog, and so forth like that? Over 92 minerals? That's unheard of. Just one product. Evan Lipscomb Jr., Dr. Sebi's Legacy, Abdull Bowman.
My name is Marsha E. Young. I'm in Heartfelt. And I've been on the herbs for about almost 2 years, maybe. I'm not sure, but I've been on the herbs for some time now. I don't want to tell a lie. And they make me feel great. I've told other people about it, like my friend Albert. He got on the Bioimmune Plus and the herbs, and maybe 3 or 4 months later, he's cured. Well, at first, they clean me out. They make me have energy where I used to didn't have all this energy. They make me want to get up and go when normally you don't want to get up and go. They make my body feel like I can do things I've never done before.
Okay.
And they make me feel like I'm cleaned out, because at first I was going to the bathroom a lot, but it was cleaning me out. I have a friend, he's my godson, named Jerron Ross, and he introduced me to Dr. Abdull, and he said, I'm Mama, Big Mama. I want you to, they call me Big Mama, I want you to get on these herbs. And my friend paid for them because I didn't have the money. So Dr. Abdull gave me a good deal. I had a problem with my hair, with dandruff. I had a problem with my foot. It's better now. I wish I could show it to y'all. And the herbs, they cleaned me out. And he helped me to change my diet around better than what it was. I was eating pork, all kinds of stuff. Everything I thought I was supposed to eat a whole pack of bacon in one day. You know, when Sportco stayed with me. But he changed his diet when he got on the pills too. And my friend Lynn, my nephew, my god nephew, people have came to me, asked me, what do? I got this wrong with me. Ask Dr. Abdull. I said, ask Dr. Abdull yourself. Don't be calling me. Once I give you the information, you have a way of contacting him. So that's how I got on these herbs. If he says he's going to do something, he does it. He's responsible, but he can also sing. He sing good. But personality-wise, he's a good person. He stay on me, though. Oh, Marsha, now you know you ain't supposed to have that. He's a good person. I'm not saying it just because he's good with the herbs and I know him. He's a good person. I consider him a person that's a friend and that cares about your well-being, because if it was about the money, he'd overcharge people and people would be like, oh, I can't go to him. He's too expensive, but he works with you. He tries to help you because he's concerned about your health. It's not about, he's not money hungry or nothing like that. He's concerned about your health and you. Be like, oh, I can't go to him. He's too expensive, but he works with you. He tries to help you because he's concerned about your health. It's not about, he's not money hungry or nothing like that. He's concerned about your health and you.
Great. Tell me something about Dr. Sebi. Do you know anything about Dr. Sebi himself?
No, but I used to see him doing on YouTube. When I first moved down here in 2017, I used to see him, and I would see people go on there for answers. Like he'd have a chalkboard, and he did a lot of talk about the alkaline. That's all I knew. And I was like, dang, I wish I could get some of his medications. And my friend Darlene, that's in a wheelchair, all her cells are revitalized. I'm going to tell you why I feel blessed, because it's hard to find a doctor that cares about you and your well-being and that can be a friend. He gets on me about what I eat, and I don't blame him. I had hot dogs and chips in one day. What are you doing, having a party? You can't have this. It's got too much salt in it, but I love him. I'm blessed, and I feel very, maybe I should say this, but I'm very overprotective of him. I wouldn't just send him to anybody. Okay. I would recommend him to my mother, and she's 97, and she don't trust everybody. She feisty. Now my daughter said it tastes like soda to her, but it tastes like Dr. Pepper to me too, the tonic. And Dr. Abdull said, "You must be something wrong with your taste."
Okay. So any message that I would like you to give anybody a message who's suffering any kind of illness or anything?
Listen, anybody out there, if you're suffering, you need to get in contact with my man here, Doc. I call him Doc, because you will feel better. You will find out that all them injected foods and things that you're using, medications you're getting, sedatives, whatever you're getting is not the right answer. The answer is natural herbs, because you will, even though you'll go to the bathroom a lot, you'll feel better. Your energy level will pick up out of somewhere, because not just somewhere, because of the herbs. Okay. Your energy level will pick up. You will feel better. Perfect. You'll be like, dang, I should have went to him a long time ago. But it's a blessing to have him, because he goes to famous people and other people. He'll help anybody that needs the help. My friend Sportco had cancer, and Dr. Abdull didn't even charge him. He gave it to him, and he told me he went into remission. He had been in remission several times, but he went into remission and stayed there. So, and he's 50-something years old. He's better than he ever was. He had lymphoma, Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. This is Marsha Big Mama. Welcome to Dr. Sebi's Legacy with Abdull Bowman.
My name is Jasmine, and I was born in Chicago, raised in Las Vegas. I heard of him through his father, Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi is someone who I studied and researched for a very long time, and then I got to the point where I wanted to start learning myself and also taking herbs myself. So I reached out to someone to try to track down someone who can get me as close to Dr. Sebi as possible, and through a chain of events, I was brought to Abdull, actually, yeah, by Mr.G, if we're getting specific. I don't know if you want to keep that part in.
Sure. The truth is the truth.
Yes.
Okay. And what was your first impression of Abdull Bowman?
My first impression was, this is, like, he does this, because there was no, for me, it was just like, oh my gosh, like, this is Dr. Sebi's son, and he has so much knowledge and so much information and all these great products, and he's keeping the legacy alive, and he has all this knowledge, and I'm overwhelmed. And to him, it was just like, what do you need? You know, like, just, yeah, no problem. And then it was like, how much? Oh, you know, we'll figure. It was just so nothing. He was so accommodating and nice, and I was just kind of like, well, maybe I should relax. Yes, I would definitely say Dr. Sebi's legacy is being continued on in such a grand way, and reaching even more of a following now, if I do say so myself. You know, they're starting to get more media attention that he deserved, and more accolades and recognition and things like this, such as documentaries. It's really starting to get the traction, and a new generation is hitting as well, because Dr. Sebi, regardless, the newer school was going to need that legacy continued, even if he was here. So they're doing a great job of reaching out to the younger people and keeping the legacy alive, for sure. And the products are still amazing. I'm that friend now who, if you call me and something's sick or you have something going on, I am the phone call, and I'm the one that's going to call you too and let you know we need to get you on these herbs, we need to get you healthy. You deserve it. I don't know if anybody's told you that before, but you deserve it. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to live a life of light. You deserve attention and energy into yourself. Sometimes we'll settle for drive-thrus, and we will settle for whatever somebody hands us, but you deserve good health. You deserve to feel good every day. Young people know that. So Abdull is a great resource to get you feeling healthy again. Plant-based diet as soon as you can, vegan diet as soon as you can, and the herbs, it helps make that transition easier as well. Abdull's definitely going to be the one you need to contact for that, the whole Bowman family, actually.
Okay. And can you tell us about your experience with Abdull's project, herbs, and how they made you feel, and what brought you to this that you can recommend him to other people?
So I had an issue with, my whole life I've had an issue with inflammation. I retain fluid a lot in my ankle area. So it's literally been since I was like 11 years old. I've been told it was chronic and all that good stuff. So it wasn't anything that I really took seriously. But then I went plant-based, and I wanted the herbs to kind of go hand in hand with that, with overall health, because I know my body, and I know how it's supposed to feel, and I know how it's supposed to look, and I just don't feel like swollen ankles is the move. I don't care what doctor told me it was chronic, or it was like, okay, you need to lose weight. Okay, so
For the people who don't understand chronic, can you just elaborate on that?
Chronic means that it cannot be healed, or it won't ever go away. That's pretty much just how it's going to be. Chronic means indefinite. But the thing is, I don't know, I was that kid who was taught, when I would get in trouble, my mom said, if you can get into it, you can get out of it. So I kind of grew up with that mentality. So if you can get something, I just always thought it would make sense that you can get out of it. I'm pretty sure God left something for it to happen. He knew the mistakes we were gonna make. So I just figured that some way that it was possible. And they were like, oh, if you just lose weight. So I ended up losing maybe 30 pounds or so, 40 pounds, and it wasn't really. They didn't change much. I wanted the herbs to go hand in hand with my transition in a healthy lifestyle, and they actually just made it so much easier. Actually, it was easier to fight the cravings of the things that I used to want, because when your body starts receiving the good, it refamiliarizes, I don't know if that's a word, with good. And so mentally it started to cleanse my mind as well, and I just felt better. And then along with that, you just want to keep that same energy, as we say now. You want to keep putting good into your body. You do like the way you feel. Once you do go back and eat something bad, you can now tell the difference. Now if I eat a fry or something, I can absolutely immediately tell the difference. So now I am over 100 pounds down in weight, with, the help of Abdull and, the legacy of Dr. Sebi's products. And my ankles have gone down significantly as well. Are they completely gone yet? No, because we have to remember that I did spend 26 years damaging, right? So we can't expect this miracle of 30 days to be on a product and just everything be perfect. You know what I mean? So it's been about, I would say, 7 months now consecutively that I've been working with Abdull and taking the products, and now I can see that difference. And 7 months is still miraculous compared to 26 years. So if we give ourselves patience and trust Abdull and what he says, and just follow the guidelines and listen to your body, you'll be good. This is Jasmine, and welcome to Dr. Sebi's Legacy with Abdull Bowman.
Lawana Harris, Culver City, California.
Okay. Tell me about, how do you meet Abdull Bowman?
I met Abdull Bowman, oh my goodness, so many years ago, through his dad, though, Dr. Sebi.
Oh, so you knew Dr. Sebi?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about Dr. Sebi.
He was a phenomenal man. I mean, teacher, friend, dad, like we loved him to death.
Okay, being that you know Dr. Sebi and you know Abdull Bowman, can you see similarities?
Absolutely. He learned a lot from his dad. He looks like his dad. He's definitely, he passed the baton down to Abdull, and he has definitely continued to do a great job.
Would you say, even though we don't have Dr. Sebi here physically, we have him, he lives on in his son, Abdull?
Yes, his legacy through his son, his grandson, yes.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about what Abdull done for you?
Abdull has always answered when we call. I've always gotten my product that I need. He's helped so many people, just as his dad did, like countless.
Wow. Okay, and could you talk about, is he someone, would you recommend Abdull to anyone that's have any kind of illnesses?
Absolutely. I've recommended him to anyone I come in contact with that has an illness. Absolutely. He always answers. He always delivers.
Can you talk about his character a little bit, Abdull Bowman?
Well, he's a people person. He's business. He's loving. He's family. Abdull is like a brother to me.
What's one of the products of his that you like most?
The biomass.
Okay, how it make you feel?
It makes me feel great with energy. I do a lot of work. My kids play basketball. I'm a full-time career woman. So it's never a dull moment for me, but that helps me get through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me something about Abdull Bowman that reminds you of Dr. Sebi, being that you're one of the rare people that I've interviewed that knew both.
Oh, okay. Like I said, when I look at him, it's his dad. So, I mean, he is his own unique person, but he has his father's traits. His looks, his height, his business savvy, his knowledge with the product, just caring about people, helping. Lawana Harris, welcome to Dr. Sebi's Legacy with Abdull Bowman.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Brian Wallace. All my friends call me Fox. And, I'm from Los Angeles, Culver City. Actually born, they used to call it the Fox Hills Hospital, but I think they call it something else now. So, raised in Lancaster, a suburb of LA, from the area.
Okay. How did you find out about Abdull Bowman?
I was at the TGI Friday. No, I was at the Jamba Juice or something, and my friend was actually getting some herb from him that day, and I had already knew about Sebi. He was like, "That's Dr. Sebi's son." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let me say what's up." So I said, "What's up?" And we've been connected ever since. You know what I mean?
How would you describe Abdull Bowman to the people who don't know him?
Real cool, man. He real legit. You know, like I said, that day I met him, my boy, he a boxer, and his boy put him on to him, and he was like, yeah, that's his son, and he got all the herbs. I'm like, is that right? So, I don't know, I don't think I got no herbs that day, but I got some not too long after, you know.
Okay, what did you get herbs for?
I just like getting them. At that point, I was just like, I need to get some, and I actually had already had some of the sea moss, but I had just put all my stuff in storage. I didn't feel like going to it, so, you know, I went and got the herbs from him, and I stayed getting them, you know what I mean? And then my grandmother and all that, I was trying to put all that together, but I had got the herbs first for myself, you know, because, I mean, I knew Dr. Sebi had sons and things like that and kids, but I didn't know how many, you know what I mean? And so, you know, when he told me, let me try these herbs myself, and then bam, that was legit, you know?
And you mind if I ask you, what's your diet?
You know, it's funny, look, that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this, because that was the whole reason that I even started doing the herbs. My boy, years ago, you know, he had, you know, an illness, and he went to the Honduras compound. So,
Usha Village.
Yep, he went there, and boom, he good, you know what I mean? But years ago, I was having respiratory problems, because I had always had sinus problems and bronchitis and all that my whole life. But then, like, for like, I swear, it was at least a year, maybe a year and a half, I couldn't even sleep. Like, I would have to sleep with my mouth open. I could never, whenever I lay on my back, it would just close up. You know what I mean? I would have to, like, lay on one side, lay on the other side. And my boy, when he told me, he was like, man, you might want to check out the Sebi diet or whatever. I was like, cool, you know, I'll check it out. And then, matter of fact, and even before I checked it out, it was kind of around the same time. Because I was like, it was getting worse and worse. And I was hitting the gym daily, and it was getting worse and worse. I'm like, what is going on? And I used to go to the sauna at the gym, and so-called that these two twin girls at the gym, they had caught walking pneumonia. So I had walking pneumonia and didn't even know. I don't want to go to the doctor or none of that. I went to the doctor. I was like, something wrong. They was like, you got the walking pneumonia. I was like, damn. So when I hit my boy, he told me, he was like, yeah, you might want to do this, do that, do this. And he was like, you might want to, because I wasn't into cooking and none of that stuff. So, boom, I switched it up. I started, like, eating the fruits and all of that, and, you know, all the stuff. And that's when I first got the sea moss. Literally, within a week, swear to God, within a week, breathing normal. Breathing normal just from changing the diet. Like, because I used to eat all the regular shit, you know what I mean? And that, like, I went and bought all these, because I wasn't into cooking, so I went and bought the fruits, and I would buy, like, the prepackaged, like, you know, stuff that was on the list. And I didn't really eat vegetables or none of that.
What list you talking about?
I know some type of list that was online. My boy gave it to me, and then he was like, because he lost the list. Matter of fact, he lost the list, but he said you can find it online.
Are you referring to the Dr. Sebi nutritional guide?
Yeah, yep, the nutritional guide. And then when I started doing that, like I said, I never had papaya before. I started doing the papaya thing, and I was just eating fruits for breakfast, and I was drinking water. And literally just from that, because he said no meat, so I was trying to do no meat. But literally, like I said, within like 4 or 5 days, nostrils, everything was clear. I was just tripping. I was like, what? This shit is real. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, I was put on to the Sebi thing. You know what I mean? The whole Sebi diet and all that. I was promoting it on my gram and on the Facebook, and people was hitting me up. I was like, look, I just found it online. You know what I'm saying? So then, now we look years later down the line, I'm still doing it, but then I heard when he died and all the turmoil that happened, I kind of just stayed away from it, you know what I mean? But I was still on the regular diet, but I couldn't really find the herbs. And then that's when my boy, when I met him up there that day, and then he happened to be there. And then ever since then we connected, and I was getting the herbs from him, you know what I mean?
When you say him, who are you talking about?
Abdull. Yep, okay. Abdull, yep. And I was staying with it ever since, you know?
Dr. Sebi's not with us physically anymore.
Yeah.
Would you be able to say that you feel blessed that his son is here to carry on that legacy? And if you do, can you elaborate?
Without a question. I mean, like when I started taking the herbs again, you know, the sea moss, and he got the other compounds or whatever, and I got back to it, and then my grandma and all that, I got them taking in, my grandma, my auntie, you know what I mean?
How they feel?
They cool. They real cool. Like my grandma, she She is 80 something, 88, 89, something like that. She up there, but you know, she like I actually talked to her the other day, and she, you know, she's still old school, so she don't have no. She got a cell phone, but she still writing stuff down, and literally that's why it's crazy because all this happened recently. She lost his number, so I'm like, I'm about to give it back to you again. I don't have to just send it to you again. So, you know, but yeah, it's all good, man. And like I said, I had caught that flu at the beginning of the year too, and I just didn't want to believe I had the flu. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't get sick, cause I couldn't even remember the last time I was sick. You know what I'm saying? And man, once I realized it was really me, cause I went to work that day and I was like, let me just take a nap. And I woke up, I was like, I can't even do nothing. I had a headache. I don't get headaches ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I had to hit them up. Boom. I couldn't even eat nothing. It was all bad. I was about to go to I got two friends that went to the emergency room behind this flu. My auntie, she was like, people dying behind it, and then I was like, man, I might have to really be, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor, but I wasn't trying to go to the doctor, so I just hit them up, boom, got the herbs, and I stayed at the house. I didn't even go to my house for a couple of days. When I got a room, was just taking the herbs and sleeping and drinking water for like 2-3 days, and then I just woke up one day, I was good, straight up. And look, I went to the gym like maybe 2 days later after I was feeling good. People at the gym talking about they still getting over it, and they done had it for like 3-4 weeks. I was like, this shit crazy. Like, I just took the herbs for a few days and I was good. You know what I mean? I just took the whole bottle. Even though I was good, I just took the whole bottle. You know what I mean? Even afterwards, you know. I don't really know too much about it, but I just go off his word and the proof. You know what I mean? The word and the physical proof. And, you know, if I take it and it ain't working, I'm not going to recommend it to my grandma or my auntie or my friends. You know, I got people that hit me up all the time. I just send them the number. I say, hit them up. You know, let them know Fox sent you. You know what I mean? And you know, they hit them. Some of them hit them. Some of them take their time, you know. And, you know, a lot of people that hit you up just like, I want to get some, but they don't be serious. And then when something happen, they're like, yeah, I'm serious now. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. He has a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters who's healing, who's in the business as well. Would you say he's one of the easiest persons to get in contact with when you need him?
Yeah, text him, call him, all that. You know what I mean? Hit you right back. You know what I mean? If he don't hit you right back, he gonna hit you back. You know what I mean? Soon. Like I said, I gave when my grandma called him, they talked on the phone for a minute. You know what I mean? She all the way up in the Bay. You know what I mean? So, you know, everybody could talk to him. It's nothing. And if it's something else you want to do, he always open to hear it. You know what I mean? And whatever it is, you know, he'll open ear to it and give you all the information he has about it. You know what I mean? Whether it be a herb or, you know, food or whatever it may be. He just, you know, he ain't going to charge you. You know what I'm talking about, just to talk to him all the time. You know what I'm saying? He just like, boom, here you go. You know what? It's funny. That day, I don't know if you remember this. That day we met, who was that celebrity girl? Some celebrity girl in the parking lot. She got us up there praying, and he praying with us. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You remember that? Yeah. I just remembered it was, I think it was Lila Rashawn or something like that.
Somebody. Yeah.
Lila Rashawn, because she was on, what was it, Boys in the Hood? Yeah, she was Ricky girlfriend on Boys in the Hood. And we up in there chopping it up. And
Regina King?
No, Lila Rashawn, I believe. She was Ricky's girlfriend.
The pretty girl.
Yeah, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe it was her. And we was all chopping it up, and the next thing you know, me, her, Abdull, and her boyfriend, we praying in the parking lot. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that over there by Fridays where we just left from.
Yep. I was like, I just popped in my head right now. I was like, that's crazy. I remember that. I was like, that was Lila Rashawn. I think that's her name, Lila Rashawn, yeah. This is Brian Wallace. My peoples call me Fox. You're watching Dr. Sebi's Legacy with Abdull Bowman.